I thought I'd give this another try, and so I left my machine set up last night, and I pulled out my cactus design, and this particular flower is going to be, I'm going to put it on the top part of the cactus. I actually put the cactus in the 200 by 200 metal hoop, and I'm going to show you that here in a minute. So there it is. And what I was going to do was I was going to try to scan the hoop because I didn't get an opportunity to try that yesterday. So there's my cactus all ready to go in the metal hoop. I'm going to come over to the screen right here, and I'm going to go into embroidery edit, or no, I'm sorry, take that back. I'm going to go into hoop designs, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to select start hoop scan. So I gotta do that first before I actually go to stitch out. So I'm going to tap this, and it says touch OK to start the hoop scan. All right, and I hit OK, and now it's starting to scan. So let's take a look at what it's doing right over here. In case you hear noises in the background, that's my husband making dinner. He sings to the pasta, to the meat, to the peppers. It's quite entertaining. Alrighty. Alright, now I'm going to go back over here. Let it focus a little bit. And I'm going to close the hoop options. So there's my cactus that I just scanned. This flower, I want to go like right there. And as long as I'm inside the 200 by 200 hoop, I should be okay. So that's where I moved it to. Now I'm going to go down here. I'm pointing, which you can't see right now, to the go. And I am going to hit go. All right. Now, it says that this is an embellishment block that requires the embellishment attachment. Please attach it and make sure the screw for the attachment holder is tight properly. Plug the accessory into the accessory socket. So, I'm going to move this right here. I'm going to show you what I did. The design, I checked on my Sonnet library, and it said it needed 37 inches of ribbon. But what I used is probably 42, something along those lines. And if you watched any of the videos that I shared yesterday, then you can see I put the ribbon around the spool. I fed it through the back, and I put the ribbon, I turned this dial here tightly so that it didn't move around, because that's what's going to cause it to kind of flop around. So I've got it nice and tight right there. Also, remember I mentioned that you should have both the red arrows lined up. See them right there? Or the red markings right there lined up. And then now I can put it in from the back. So I'm going to put it right under here. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm also going to tighten that screw. And realized it when I started looking and saw that it was a little bit wobbly. Okay. There, let's try that. I don't know if you could see that. You probably saw my arm most of the time. Sorry about that. Let's see. This is kind of tough, as I said, to put it on and get a decent video without the fancy cameras and all that. Okay, so I lined it up. And now when I hit OK, I need to plug in. And yesterday I was talking about, whoops, you can't see that, can you? Not yet, anyhow. There, okay. So I was talking about the end that goes into the back of the connection. I don't know if you can see it right now, but I'm going to try and show it to you. So I lift it up. See that little V there? That little V should be facing you when you plug it in the back. So I got it plugged in. Now it says my embellishment attachment needs to calibrate. So make sure you have the correct pivot height. Now, what happened was that I'm going to hit OK. And when I went into the pivot height yesterday, remember, the last setting I used was 9. All right, let me scooch over here. Right there. So I'm going to pick a smaller ribbon this time. So I'm going to go up, I think maybe 7. I'm going to try 7. Because it's a little bit narrower ribbon than I used yesterday. Alrighty. So now I'm going to stitch it with the white ribbon. I hope it works. Remember, it's stitched. And then it said to trim it. And then it's going to tell me to cut the thread, but I'm going to cut the thread now, which is why you just saw my arm in the way. And I just start spinning around. So there's where it tells me to cut the thread. And now I'm going to move it over here. Maybe you can get a better view. We'll see. So check and see how long this stitch out is. 6 minutes. And I think after this one, I'm going to switch to a yarn and use that. Put in one of those little flowers that I digitized. checking to see if the white thread makes a difference. And at the moment, I can't tell. I use white thread down here at these, and the ribbon curled up, so I'm hoping it won't be real obvious. I almost want it to go faster, but then I don't want to mess it up, so. Because then I'm going to have to rip it out. And all those little stitches that the machine is stitching right now, those are a bear to try and rip it out. This is one of the flowers that was on the cactus in the My Sonnet library. And then what they did is they split the design between the cactus and the flowers and listed those separately. Looking pretty good. I kind of like it. I need to find some orange ribbon too, or gold ribbon, or something to go with the gold coloring in the fabrics that I have. Looking good. You know, the first time you do this, you're going to have a few mistakes. Each time you use this unit, you get better and better at it. Okay, now let's start in the last ring around the flower. I'm rather certain you can probably just see a little bit of it, but I'm pretty impressed with it. I was thinking about putting another one of these down at the bottom, but I'd probably if I was going to use this hoop, I would probably need to add a piece of fabric or something so that it can, there's something the magnet can hold on to. And I'm trying to figure out what I can use for color of the ribbon. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I can find a yellow. I like the idea of putting another ribbon on top of a bigger ribbon, like a 1/4 inch ribbon on top of a 1/2 inch ribbon, or 1/8 inch on top of a 1/4, something along those lines. And I like Janet's idea of taking some glue and just school glue and just putting a couple of dabs on it so it basically holds together. That would be my concern, is it would fall apart and feed unevenly into the unit. It's like watching paint dry. Oh, it's looking really nice. I really like it. 2 minutes to go, and then we'll be done. I wanted to try and finish up this cactus before I go back to that project I started yesterday. I don't know if you can see, but I'm a little low on the ribbon. Maybe when it comes around you can see it. Right here. Not a whole lot left. I hope I make it. Almost done. I should. See, that's why I'm glad I used 42 inches. Make sure you at least add. I only added 5. Maybe I should have added 10. And I was not worrying about wasting the ribbon. So now it says to pull out 2 inches and cut it. So I'm going to pull out 2 inches right down here, like I did yesterday. See? Cut it. Hit OK. Now it says my embroidery is finished. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this to release it. And then it clears that needle. And now I can just unplug it. I see a few little white threads, but I think I can trim those all off. Okay, let's take a look at it. Nice, huh? I really like that. Maybe I'll turn the light, show you again. So it's not shining on there so brightly. So this is a piece that I'm going to trim off. And if you watch the Mickey Hudson video, she recommended putting a little slit and sliding it back. I might even try that. But there you go. So one ribbon down, one ribbon flower, cactus flower down, ready to make another one at the bottom here, right here somewhere. I'm thinking right about here, because it's right now it's kind of floating on air. So that's my plan. So that's the other flower that I took off of my Sonnet library. This is the one that I digitized. That's it with ribbon. This is the same one with yarn. See how much it fills in? I like that. I got to put a little bit of fray check right there, or fray block. Probably fray block so that it doesn't stain it. I'm trying to finish this up so I can get it hung up in the store. All right, hope that helped and made sense for you guys. So back to the drawing board, and I'll do another video too here in a minute.